Hey everyone, I'm Molly Crabapple, and I'm an artist. But before I was an artist, I was an art student, and that meant that I was someone who was not qualified to do anything except work for $4.50 an hour at an art store. So during college, I worked as a naked model. What this meant was that I put a portfolio up on One Model Place of photos of me going like this, put on desaturate in Photoshop, and then gentlemen would call me up and I would go to their hotel rooms and I would go like this, and they would desaturate the photos on Photoshop forever. Once I gave a man a heart attack with my boobs. It was very scary. I wouldn't leave until I got his money. I made $100 an hour, and at the time I insisted it was certainly not porn. Well, while I was doing this, I wrote very, very snotty little essays on a blog called Two Blowhards. They were called Confessions of a Naked Model, and I'd write mean things about my clients, and I'd write like thinky think pieces about the meaning of it all. These were written when I was like 21 years old, and I'm going to read you one of them. This essay it's called Tits and Artifice, and it's an answer to the question, why don't you look like your photos? Yesterday, my uncle found my modeling website. Witness to my plump and gawky adolescence, he could only gasp, Molly, you sure don't look like your pictures. No shit, I wanted to snap. I wouldn't have been so angry, except that a week earlier, a snaggle-toothed client had said the same thing when I showed up at his hotel room for some photos. Fresh from a long day of portfolio drop-offs, I looked like an art student, sans makeup, with circles under my eyes. In your portfolio, my client said, you looked like a goddess. Beyond my client's snootiness and my uncle's disbelief lies a misconception that has implications too highfalutin for an essay on this website. Implications that affect art, feminism, and how women view their bodies. The misconception is that photos look like real life. Of course I don't look like my photos. Schlepping down the street in worn-down heels, I lack several crucial components of pictorial swank. First, makeup. For any photo shoot, I wear 10 pounds of it, applied by a trained professional, plus hair spray sugared into a confection as fragile as an Argentine coup. This goes for any look, no matter how natural. Then there's the posing. Towards the camera goes those round bazooms, away from it the big Puerto Rican ass. But mostly, for my transformation into goddesshood, I thank lighting and Photoshop. You may have seen me in the fluorescent gaze of your Barnes & Noble. But in photos, gelled, reflected, softbox lights caress me like Rudolph Valentino. Any blemishes left are taken out by the kind scalpel of Dr. Adobe. Several inches here would liquefy. Of course, I'm not saying anything to surprise passport holders in the world of glamour photography. We know that our favorite playmates, sans peroxide, Photoshop, and spray-on orange tan, are girls like our more attractive neighbors. Witness Maxim's Hometown Hotties contest. Hundreds of girls applied, all pretty, but all human, unique, diverse. By the time the 12 finalists are shot for the magazine, they've been airbrushed into that state of interchangeable Maxim perfection. This is one reason why glamour is so much less picky than fashion. Any girl below 35 and lacking in noticeable deformities can diet, inject, bleach, and tan her way into babehood. However, fashion modeling is a gift that only youth and genetics can give. Don't believe me? Take a look at the Ford Agency website. Sorry, high school bulimics, but those gazelle legs and narrow pelvises can't be starved into. You have it or you don't. Only those sylvan skeletons could look good in the poofy, drapey, utterly impractical art objects that pass for runway couture. So fashion models are natural. You can spot one on her stilt walk into the box, with or without makeup. A glamour model, creation of paint, silicone, and pixels, is less noticeable without her plumage. But is natural really better? I have a hard time attaching moral value to nature, which covers both strawberries and Ebola. And despite hippie glorification, doesn't nature carry a vaguely elitist scent? If something, whether a body or a talent, is artificial, a result of hard work, then it's something I can get. If it's a gift from God, I just know I didn't get it. I've always thought of the beauty of a woman who's created herself as more interesting, more complex than a 12-year-old's guileless perfection. Perhaps that's why I fell so in love with drag queens. I first discovered the power of womanhood while drinking off a break at the drag bar Lips. A tittering gaggle of suburban mommies dominated the corner room, being entertained by Tina Turner impersonator. As my eyes moved from the singer to the group, from spangled shimmy dress to sexless khaki pants, I suddenly realized that the best woman of all was the one who wasn't. Maybe the best metaphor for the whole natural versus artificial debate is breast implants. Some people cluck at them, saying girls should be satisfied with what they're born with. Some people only like them when they're natural. Me, I like them real looking and fake looking, zongas and beach balls. And perhaps, in this praise of artificiality, I might call fake tits and silicate domes the new Constantinople, signposts to a land where lucre can make you anything you desire. So that's what I wrote on when I was 21 as a naked model. And I hope you liked it. Thank you. Scarlett Takes Manhattan. I helped with the story, and I drew it. It has lots of strap-ons in it.